Gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day.
I did start my What? I'm sorry, I let the intrusive thought.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome into the channel. Welcome in, United Spurs of America. I'm Jacob, as you know. Hopefully you are too blessed to be stressed. And look, man, what a time to be a Tottenham Hotspur fan, eh? But look, what's going on there? Am I live? I think I'm live. Anyway, I was having a little fun there with some new videos. Let's say hello to the chat. There's a lot to get through. As you can see that I've got right here. Apparently, these are our 3 new kits for next year. So we'll start off with something a little lighter. Then we'll head into the transfer business and we'll talk about some other stuff. Might have a guest join us in a little while. So stay tuned. Hopefully you are too blessed to be stressed. Happy Wednesday, hump day. Hopefully you're doing the humping today and the day is not humping you. But let's get right into it. Big up to Just the Harmless Potatoes. Is big up, Jacob. Big up to you, buddy. How you doing? How you doing? Let's see what else I got here. Big up Just a Harmless Potato. Big up Compost Smurf says, Rashy still available, bro. Come get your new Deadly Ford. Don't do it. Marshall, really trying to find a positive from this window other than Kingski is that Levy is being exposed as the fraud he is, showing his true intentions, especially if he sacks Ange in a possible final just like Jose. Well, we are 1 game away from a final, closer than we ever been since Jose. So make of that whatever you will. But big up Marshall. Big up to Elijah every single time. Big up Elijah. Harmless Potato Matthias Tell was waving goodbye to the Bayern fans after tonight's match, just saying, "We are so back, baby." And that is one of the rumors. Obviously, is Fabrizio been tweeting about it. A few people have been tweeting about it. It's been all over the Twitter's verse, the Twitter's space, the Twitter spaces. I'm trying to see if I had it real quick, but I actually do not. I have a whole bunch of stuff. Oh my. Johan Vissa, Madison, loan report. Apparently Son's leaving at the sources are saying Son's leaving. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff to get through. So I'm going to get right to it. I guess I need to pull up a side tab here and pull up Fabrizio Romano because he did tweet about it, unless that was a fake. Maybe I just didn't bookmark it. Let's see here. Obviously, Johan Duran's going to Al Nassr, which is crazy. I would have absolutely loved that player at Spurs, but there's no way we'd ever match those wages. Where is it? Oh, is this Matthias Tell waving? Seems to be waving goodbye. Well, you know, we gave him our great striker, and we'll just take this one. There it is. More on the Matthias Tell. Oh, y'all can't even see that. Hang on one second. More on the Matthias Tell situation. Also, permanent move is being assessed. Chelsea remain in talks since the beginning of January, pushing for a permanent transfer. Tottenham are also keen on Tell based on the fee requested. Manchester United have called to ask for loan conditions. So a few people like us interested in a loan deal. It came out that he's actually said no already to Chelsea because he thinks there's going to be too much competition. And to that, I would say to Matthias Tell, I would say, if that's too much competition, how do you feel coming into a team with 8 fit senior players? How does that feel? How does that sound to you, Matthias Tell? Hopefully it tells you something nice about Tottenham. I wonder if he's cup tied. I wonder if we did get him in, if we could play him in Europa. I don't know, but hopefully we could get some more players in that Europa piece. But speaking of more players into this piece, this isn't Europe. This is just America. We've got a guest. He's here. Elijah, how are you doing, my friend?
Hello.
Big
I'm
up.
good. How are you guys doing, man? Big up to you. Big up to the chat, man. Appreciate you having me on.
Oh, of course. You know, anytime that I can get you on the show, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. I was just saying hello to the chat real quick, and then I got a whole bunch of different stuff. Matthias Tell, Tottenham's 3 kits are leaked and out. They leaking. I ain't even gonna say, it's too early in the show to say what I think is leaking like. But how are you doing, man? How's your week? Is today's hump day? So hopefully you did the humping today, and the day did not hump you.
Well, I can say that I was neither humped nor did any humping.
Okay.
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
you
I've been
avoided it
editing.
entirely, and I would say that that's still
I
something.
stayed inside my room, edited, went on the stream earlier, and now I'm here. So I avoided all sorts of hump. You know what I'm saying? But hey, today's been a good day regardless, man. I hope the chat's had a good day as well, you know, like that. So yeah, man, you're chilling.
So much fun stuff going on with Tottenham, huh? You know, just chilling, hanging out. You know, that meme of the guy's like, what are you doing here? Huh? Me? Just hanging out. Hey, big up. Whoever just did that.
I see the B. I see the Mike Tyson B.
The only thing is I'm not streaming solely through OBS, so you can't hear the audio. But you know what? I'm going to go ahead and play the clip since I saw it, because I always like to say, I would never tell you how you should feel or how you should act, so don't tell me how to be.
Oh, I'm feeling beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Oh, that's like, hey, let me eat you one time. Come on, y'all doing it all.
Just let me eat you one time. Just let me eat you one time, and I guarantee you're gonna ask me to stay to your house. You're gonna sleep for 3 days, my baby. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna make you cry.
How you gonna show us that?
Ay, ay, ay.
So that was because Drula used her membership chat. So if you use your membership chat, it triggers that little guy over there. Happy Lunar Year to all celebrating the year of the snake, and how fitting it's so much Levy out chat as well. The year of the snake indeed. Maybe the snake, maybe we finally mow the grass and expose said snake. I don't know. But also the Bumblebee was playing because Sean Hurls had sent a super chat. Says, don't stress about the market, que será, which I believe is a song, right?
I can't lie. The first thing I started singing in my head was Shakira, Shakira. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Oh, baby, when you talk like that. That's
I don't know
great.
if that counts as racism or not, but
I'm gonna say,
I don't know, man.
you know, in this notion, I'm just gonna defer to the one who would know.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that?
No,
Is it a colour thing?
Paul Campbell.
Is it a color thing?
Like, side note, his voice is so high pitched, you know.
I know. I was like,
when I first watched it, it's like, geez, so high pitched.
yeah, it's a little bit more high pitched than I thought it would be. But big up Sean Hurl, big up Drula, a member for 14 months supporting the channel. That's really lovely to see. But look, Elijah, let's get right into it, and I'm going to start off with the easy stuff, with the leaks. So these are our kits allegedly. And they've got the most beautiful man to model them with Youngmin Sun. This is allegedly our home kit. Oh, well, you can't see it like that. So hang on. Let me fix this.
I can see enough of it. It's just Son's head I'm not seeing.
There you go.
I don't mind it. I don't mind the kit. I mean, I've never really been, as long as the kit doesn't look too crazy, it's not a big deal to me. But it looks pretty much the same as a regular kit, except for a couple changes. So I'm not really too mad about it.
Well, you know, that's what my wife says when I'm like, can I spend $190 million on a new Tottenham shirt direct from the store? Because those things every year, it's like just $10 more. First, I was like, maybe it's the exchange rate. Maybe it's the GP, the British pound, whatever y'all.
Yeah,
GDP,
but we're pretty close to the US in terms of currency nowadays.
Yeah, that's why
Even
it shouldn't
roughly.
be that absorbent amount of money, but nonetheless, I might get it. The only thing I don't like, I've never been a fan of the crest in the middle.
Fairs. I understand that. I understand people who aren't. I don't really mind it too much. To be fair, I probably prefer it how it normally is, but I don't mind it too much. It's not too big of a deal for me. I won't be buying it regardless because, yeah, not doing it. But
why not? Why won't you?
It's my way of protesting Levy, and I don't buy anything Tottenham related. You know.
But they also, I just realized they have the letters as blue. That's definitely not going to be.
Yeah, I don't think that would stick. They'd probably go back to red.
Yeah, if that was blue, I'd probably get it. I can't lie, because
Yeah, it would probably
But
add
it's
to it,
going to
to
be
be
in
fair.
red. It's going to be. I'm not going to be a big fan of it. But the one that I am pretty excited about is our away kit. We're finally allegedly going to be getting the all blacks.
I'm
They
a
look like
fan
they've
of
got
that.
some vertical stripes. I've seen some photos where it looks like kind of checker stripe, like tic tac toe,
Yeah,
which not as much of a fan of. But I do like the vertical stripes on the all black kit. Plus, as a larger man myself, black is always very slimming. So I
hey,
like me a good
facts.
black kit. Um,
I don't
what do
mind it
you think?
either, man. I'm a little bit biased for reasons that you can't see on camera, obviously, innit? But um I do like it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of all black, so yeah, and no complaints from me. You know that? No
Okay.
complaints at all.
I mean, I could complain, but ain't no one care. Oops, I just clicked
That's
something on my
true.
computer. No one really cares at the end of the day. I mean, no one wants to hear your actual opinion, right? No, I'm trying to not bring up the thing that I was watching. So I was watching your channel earlier, and I
Yeah,
didn't see the whole stream, but I saw parts of it. And there was a
yeah.
part where y'all were talking about um, basically just the abomination that is this fan base. But I thought it was some
Uh,
interesting talking points that I may try and
yeah.
bring up a little bit later. But
That's
I
fair
want to
enough.
get the. Oh, I forgot. There's one more shirt to look at. The yellows, which
Yeah,
actually
man.
I think looks kind of sick.
I like it, man.
I kind of
I
like
like
it a lot, and we're gonna be going to the old logo as well with that. So that's a nice little homage to the
Yeah,
past. I
I
like
like
that.
it, man. I like
Yeah,
it. I think the gloves make it a little bit better as well, man. So I like the gloves added onto to the kits, to be
I'm not gonna
honest.
lie. I've never been a fan of gloves
I
on.
don't like gloves in real life. It's just it looks aesthetically nice to have gloves on
Yeah,
while you play,
okay, I
but
see what you're saying.
yeah, in terms of actually wearing them, I don't wear gloves, so yeah.
Isn't that
But
beautiful? Well, let's get into the not so fun stuff, shall we? Because we've
as
taken a look at that. I want to get your thoughts real quick on this. Yang Hyuk has officially been loaned to QPR, so he will be playing in the championship for the remainder of the season. Actually,
yeah,
I feel a couple ways about this, Elijah, and the first is we have no one. Why are we sending people away? Is my first
yeah,
thought, but then my second thought is this kid's 18. Obviously he
hmm,
hasn't really even made his debut, so we don't know what he can do for us, and clearly there's some disconnect in the regards of like his readiness. So the best way to
yeah,
do that, and I've always said, is we should loan to the championship as much as possible, because
yeah,
keep him in England, you're playing in the climate, you're playing in the surroundings, you stay generally closer to your parent club. So overall, I think it's going to be good for the young man. I'm pretty excited for him. It gives me a reason to tune into QPR, I guess. But my first question for you is, how do you feel about it? And second question is, these aren't actual park rangers, right? Like I remember when I first heard of
yeah.
Queens Park Rangers, I was thinking Yogi Bear. I was thinking that time I went to Yellowstone
The
National
picnic
Park,
basket.
and you got the hey, boo boo, what's in the picnic basket? Hey, I love that show. But I was very disappointed to find out they're not playing in khaki cargo shorts and driving around little Ford Ranger
But
pickup
actually,
trucks.
I'm very close to Queens Park, the stadium. To be fair, I'm very close to that area where I live, so it's only like 20 minutes away on the bus. So,
Okay.
but in terms of this move, I don't really. I'm kind of neutral on it. Like, I don't think Yang would have been someone who would come in and really change our season or change our fortunes. As you pointed out, I wasn't really, in terms of his readiness. I've heard conflicting things from different people depending on who you ask. So I my overall assessment is that he's not ready, which is why they would have loaned him. I feel like if he was ready to play, they would have just put him in because we have a lot of teenagers that are playing for us anyway. So only assuming that he's on loan because he isn't ready. And if we're being honest, we need players who are ready to perform in it because we're in a bit of a madness. I'm not gonna lie, we're in a bit of a craziness. So yeah, that's my assessment of it. If he's actually being loaned out and we don't have a lot of players available as it is, then he's clearly just not ready for what we need him to do. So yeah, I'm glad he's in England still. He gets to get used to the physicality and all that type of stuff. And I don't know, hopefully this does well for him.
Yeah, I think it'll be good for them. And they're not like a bad team. I was trying to find On
Yeah,
SofaScore, I'm
yeah.
not used to looking for the championship specifically, but I'm just going to look up Queens Park Rangers real quick because I want to see how they're doing this year and what can he. Okay, so they're
They're like
in
middle
a
of the
higher
pack, innit?
position
Yeah.
than Tottenham are. So how about that?
Played more games too.
Oh, that's right. 29 games, -5 goal
Yeah,
differential. But their
yeah,
form, I would take it. 4
yeah,
wins,
man.
1 loss
Four
in
out
the
of
last
five.
5. Ain't bad. Ain't bad
Pretty
at all.
decent, to be fair. Yeah, pretty decent. That is what it is. You play 46 games in the championship season, so yeah, they. I don't even know if Tottenham could handle that kind of physicality in terms of just playing twice a week, fam. Because
Yeah,
yeah,
what's your take on that then? Do you blame Ange for the injuries? Do you think it's Ange's fault that we're in this physical predicament that everyone's gassed? Where's the fault lie with you?
yeah, some of it. I mean, saying Ange's at fault for all injuries is kind of hyperbolic in my opinion because a lot of them were like contact injuries. Well, I say a lot, but at least a few of them, like Bentancur, contact injury, Vicario, Solanke, all contact injuries. I'm sure I'm maybe forgetting a couple of people. I'm sure Chat
Romero,
will. Romero, yeah, you know what
Vicario.
I'm saying? Yeah. So you and Chat will let me know if some I've missed out. But in terms of the players being fatigued, I believe that's down to Ange just because of the style of play. And I mean, to be fair, I mean Levy should have signed players, and we need bodies. That's no Diddy, and we need bodies. We need players at the club who can play in the first team. So because Levy hasn't backed Ange in that way, we have to use the same players, which means they get more tired. And now we have reinforcements coming back from injury, and then they're gonna have to basically do the same thing that these players have done without them, essentially. Because now
Yeah.
Sar's out, Madison's out. Players are starting to drop from the team now that Van de Ven and Romero are coming back. So instead of actually having reinforcements, we're just replacing the soldiers with new soldiers instead of adding to the army, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah. There's something you did say that I actually agree with. It's kind of like this rotational where it's like all the guys who are hurt are starting to come back, and then all the guys who've been holding it down while they're gone are starting to go off. But your favorite player, Elijah, Archie Gray, hey, when Tottenham doing the up, down, this, that, turn around, thank you, ma'am. Archie Gray's been a little bit of a staple back there. What do you think of what do you think
well,
about the notion that Archie Gray's been a staple in this team? And even though when people should come back, Archie Gray should keep a position somewhere.
I'm fine with it personally. I'm fine with him having the position in the team with Bergvall, as long as they're playing in the actual position. Like, I know fans want Archie Gray to play in the six so badly, and that's me too, to be fair. But the reality of it is that he was brought to play right back, and I think that's just down to Lange not scouting him properly. Because yes, he played a year at right back, or however many months he played at right back, but he's not a right back. He played there because he had to play there. But I feel like the board scouted him as a right back. The sales and the people they brought in during the summer transfer window indicate that he was brought to play right back. So I believe with a fully fit team, if in hypothetically, I guess, because we're not going to get that for the rest of the season, but if the team was fully fit and we're like, yep, Archie Gray deserves a spot, we would put him in the six. I don't believe that Ange will put him in the six, because I don't think he just has too many bodies in midfield, in my opinion. None of them are really a six, but he was brought to play right back. I mean, Emerson was sold. Spence wasn't playing. Now that Spence is playing, hopefully Spence will also keep his position. Because I believe if Spence keeps his position, then we have Porro there.
For
Then
me,
maybe Archie gets to the
Spence's
six.
natural position is a right back, and to me, he's
Yeah.
been our best fullback when he's playing.
He has been our best fullback, to be fair. I think part of it is down to
Hey, my
the fact that
Jet
he
stocks are
hasn't played.
looking good in this new culture wave of "I told you so." Therefore, I guess that you owe me a high five now, Elijah. Whether
Yeah.
that be virtual or in person, I don't know what you get technically whenever you're right, but it is this culture
I would hope
of "I told you
subscribers
so."
and money.
Hey, I told you, Jed Spence. Watch
Yeah,
out.
I'd hope it's money and subscribers and fame and glory, because that would make it slightly more worth it. But if it's not that, then
Oh
I
well.
wouldn't mind not being right a couple times in it. But
Yeah.
such is life, in it. But nah, yeah. In terms of Spence, I think Spence is definitely one of our best fullbacks. I think the fact that he was ostracized for a year and a half from the team means that he was slightly more fresh. So it's easy to look like the best fullback in the club when, you know what I'm saying, Udogie's injured and Porro's tired as hell. So, and Reguilon still doesn't play. And even when he does play, he's not better than Spence. So I love Spence. I hope he would end up starting more games. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to get too carried away with Spence and what his ceiling is. I understand that he is very good for us. But I figure if Spence is playing consistently for months on end, he'll end up looking like Porro or having.
So what you're saying is we were all asleep on Jed Spence, and he was like some fresh Dr. Pepper?
That's good. Hey, hold on. What's that? That Dr. Pepper? That's that Dr. Pepper.
That's that
That
Dr.
was one of the
Pepper.
most disturbing things I've ever seen.
Really? What's disturbing? Have you ever had Dr. Pepper?
It was that.
Ooh.
That's what it was, bro. I was like, okay, bro.
Bro, hey, he wasn't even mad about it. Is that some Dr. Pepper? Big up everybody in the chat. I'm running through it real quick just to see everyone and say hello. What the fuck? How bad Hyuk gonna be? We barely get players who can play. We need him now. I kind of felt the same way initially when the links were happening, but then I was like, you know what? He's going to be playing in England's second division. He's still going to be in the country, so it's overall not bad. It looks like people generally are kind of the same. Generally kind of the same, feeling like that's good, but then we kind of need people as well. Can we have a bit of the cello at the end, please? Well, you might not. You might ask for not that at the end of it. But look, which I want to run through some of the transfer rumors, and then I want to get into, and this is where the real meat and bone of the sandwich is going to be.
Liking the stream, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, make sure you are like over 100 people in the house already. So big up everyone who's here. Make sure you are liking the video, subscribing to the channel, all that fun stuff. But Elijah, I'm not even sharing the right tab. I saw this, and I'm just going to run through this one really quickly because this Switzerland guy, Briel Mbolo, we apparently are interested in him. He's valued at 20 million euros, which is pretty cheap. And you got to imagine he's not the most highest touted player if it's only 20 mil. Do you have an opinion on this guy? Because I really don't.
Really, I've seen him a little bit at the Euros, at the most recent Euros, but
yeah,
not enough to really assess him as a player. You know, it's not really someone I've ever looked out for. It's not really a name I've ever heard of in connection to Tottenham anyway. Like I know Mbolo, like I know who he is, but in terms of Tottenham interest, this is the first I've ever heard. So I've never had a reason to go and watch him in detail. So don't really know, innit? No idea.
Well, you might know something about this guy. Apparently, we've opened talks with Brentford over Yohan Wissa as a concrete option. And I'm not gonna lie, I love the player, but the way the wording sounds, it sounds more like one of those we're gonna be like, oh, we tried, but we couldn't get it done in time, kind of a deals. I mean, it wasn't even. It just says that we've opened talks. Why didn't we open talks January 1st? Why hasn't talks been open sooner?
Means you picked up the phone. That's really
open talks means, hey, what's up with that guy? Okay, we'll call you back, and then we'll see, I guess. I don't know, but I think he's such a good player. I felt like for me, Ivan Toney and Mbeumo and Wissa, I would have taken all three of them at Tottenham in the summer. I will still take Yohan Wissa. I will still take Brian Mbeumo. Ryan or Brian, I don't know. He's like 22 and he looks 40, but he is a baller as well. I mean, is that something to be said about either Thomas Frank's coaching or is it the recruitment at Brentford? I mean, since they've come up in the Premier League, they've been able to stay up. So I would say that a little credit's due, right, for the recruitment team.
Yeah, I'd give credit to both Frank and to the players because a manager can have the best system in the world, but if the players can't adapt to the system, can't perform in the system, then the system just remains an ideology. That's really the difference between an ideology and a system is if the players can't adapt to it and can't play with it, then no Diddy, of course.
I was about to say, no, you didn't even, there was no excuse me.
Yeah, don't worry, man. Don't care. But yeah, if that's the difference between a system and an ideology. If players can't adapt to a system and perform, then it just remains an ideology until players can come that can do it. So yeah, credit to both Frank and to the players. And
I want to say credit to Ange for dealing with this. This is Ange texting Levy, says, hey, we're short staffed for tonight. And Levy just responds, damn, that's crazy. Good luck, though. Bro,
No, we've all been there. I can't lie. We've all been there.
bro, like, good
We've all
luck.
been there.
I ain't gonna help you.
I
Like,
can't do shit. Hey, that seems like a you problem. You know, like that. Should've
yeah.
planned better. Hey.
It's
Yeah,
it's,
you know.
I'm not gonna lie. I hate how true sometimes the sad shit is. You know what I mean? It's like that's
The best part
sadly
is just called manager. The contact
Yeah.
is just manager. It's not even the name. It's just manager.
current manager. Oh man, it's tough out here. We're in a tough pickle, but you know, throughout it all, I feel like I'm just at a place I can't even be angry anymore. I just, you know, I gotta laugh. I gotta listen to some music, look at some stupid shit online, and then download some stupid clips because stupid clips I think is really what's
Yep.
getting me through this season so far. Like whether it be dancing clips, Rick Ross clips, Brennan
Yeah.
Johnson highlights. You know, all types of clips. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun here because, you know, people always say, are you Ange in or you Ange out? Are you Ange out yet? Oh, this relegation, da 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 da. They
can
all got
imagine
different
people,
things
yeah.
to say. Do you know my official Ange stance, Elijah? You should. I think you've been here when I've officially declared my stance on Ange Postecoglou.
I mean, I can take a guess, but I don't fully remember. I'm
Guess.
sure, like,
Guess.
I'm sure you're still Anjin, bro. I'm sure he's still Anjin, but
I'm actually
I-
not.
oh, you're Anjin. Okay, fair.
No, I'm actually not Ange out either.
Oh, is it just the board?
I'm Ange.
Aside. Aside. Aside.
I'm trying to remember where that's from. I remember seeing this as a
I think
kid.
Vine. I think Vine
Is it
is
Vine?
what.
Because I remember seeing it in like 2014 or some shit like that.
I was just like,
That's the first time I've
sorry.
seen it.
And then they did a few different renditions of it, but my favorite part was there at the end. That's my official stance on Ange. I'm Ange.
I actually don't know what that means.
Good. I want it to be like mildly ambiguous.
Okay, then yeah, you nailed it. Then
Yeah,
nailed it,
'cause,
I don't
you
know
know,
what that was.
Yeah.
No.
Because to me, it's just at this point, we're a clown show. The fans are the people that continue to pay for concessions and tickets, and they go and they watch the clown show, and then they say how bad of a show it is. And I just, at some point, I feel like
Can't be bothered. You just can't be bothered. So it's like,
I am not a clown. I am.
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. So yeah, you're basically just like yes or no, NA. Basically.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah,
people try and put you in a box. You know what I mean? They're like, you're either this
Yeah.
or you're that. You're either on that side or this side. And for me, it's the same thing with politics and religion. And then those are the two subjects you don't bring up at the dinner table. But real quickly, hopefully no one's eating dinner. I don't agree with any one side of anything. I kind of agree with bits and pieces and disagree with bits and pieces. And to me, that's kind of how I feel about Ange as well. Like, yes, he's not perfect. I don't, you know, they say I'm in a cult, and me and Paul like to have fun. The Hotspur hippie, we like to lean into jokes like that because it is actually a fucking joke. Because I wouldn't join a cult. I'd fucking create one. Let's be honest. I wouldn't like. I don't know what that notion is. I'm not a sheep. I'm maybe a lost shepherd, but I am not a sheep. And I am not a clown, as Pochettino would say. Would you take Podge back? I've heard a lot of people talking about Podge. And first of all, hands off, he's USA's manager, the greatest manager we've ever had in our illustrious managerial careers here. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, to be honest.
Did I even ask you a question?
Yeah, would I take Poch back?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I don't know, to be honest. I mean, I've seen people throw around managers. I don't have a flipping crystal ball that can tell me how good a manager will be here. All I can do is assess who's at the club right now and give my opinion on it. So when people ask me, if you sack Ange, which manager would you bring in? I don't know. I don't know. Who would I bring in?
I've always tried to reject that too, because I'm like, why is it your like first notion to try and make me say this hypothetical is actually true? Because now you're forcing me down a thought process in a reality in which doesn't exist. But then I'm called delusional, which delusion is shit that's not based in reality, if I'm not mistaken. It's a strange notion, that one. But
By the way, Eugene, yes, it is. It's a text from Ange to Levy. Yeah, it is Eugene.
oh,
Answer that question. Yeah. Just answer
damn,
the
that's
chat.
crazy.
Yeah.
I
He knew
love it.
straight away.
Yeah, big up Daniel Huang. Oh, I used to have a long running banner during the transfer window. There's desire, there's a chance. This is all for Ezzy. This is all the shit we said. We have firm interest. We're willing to trigger. We're keeping a close eye. We are in regular contact. We are looking to accelerate. Spurs are ready to go. I love that one personally because, like my food, I want it to go. We're starting to pursue a move, which is often something I say to my wife when she's like, "Why didn't you do the dishes?" And
You started to perceive.
she's like, "Did you go get the groceries?" I said, "I am pushing to get them. Have I got them? No, but I'm pushing. There's a
There was an
keen
effort made.
interest in my acquiring of these.
Mm-hmm.
However, they all just sound like excuses." And
Yeah. There's so many different synonyms nowadays for we're trying to get the player, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? It's
Tottenham
so many
Hotspur
synonyms.
are loosening the wallet. I was gonna say the belt, but that's a little
They're
ditty.
chipping away at the brick wall that is that is
Tot-
blocking them from the player that they want. Some shit, I don't know, bro.
Tottenham Hotspur are slow. I'm trying to think of what other
They're
silliness they could
crossing
come
the
up
River
with.
Nile to
Yeah.
get to their player. I don't know. There's always some type of shit outside they'll put out. Well, that's why until I
Tottenham
see
Hotspur are keen on the thought of acquiring a player, and there's actually some quotes and stuff that came out from Ange today, and I saw someone use it. I wish I would have bookmarked it because it was a fucking hilarious tweet. This guy's maybe I can actually find it in my like tweets. Hang on,
Yes.
because this guy was he's like, "This is me." Well, I want to show this. I said, "This is my reaction to the next 8 Premier League games," and this is grandma getting absolutely blitzed. But I'll let y'all.
Oh shit.
I'll let y'all find that on your own because I don't know if YouTube's terms of service will allow me to show that.
That's fair enough. We don't want to get demonetized. You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
see. Where is it? No. Surely I liked it. Please tell me I liked it because it was fucking hilarious. He said, "These are my plans for Valentine's," and it was
Damn,
like
there's
this
a lot
Ange.
of Kulusevski ones. Oh my.
Oh
There's a
yeah,
lot of
because Kulusevski was cooking today.
There's another one.
There's another one.
Right, DJ Khaled. You know the DK stand for DJ Khaled, man. Damn.
You've lost a lot of games. How easy is it to keep the faith in what the manager wants you to do in your own positivity? Because there's a lot of outside noise about whether or not there should be a new manager, whether or not the team should be playing.
Look, he looked to the left, he looked to the right. He said, "They talking about new manager. Time to cook."
Attacking.
Yeah. Opinions change.
Oh yeah, opinions change.
It's not for me. I don't listen to no one.
That's my fucking. This is not for me. I don't listen to anyone. Me either, Kulu. I don't listen to no one. My mama told me, "Learn Spanish, Jacob. You're going to use Spanish in your whole life. You'll need Spanish." I said, "Fuck it, Mom. I'm taking German. I'm not listening to no one." And guess what? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Not very much. Not very much at all. Ich heiße Jakob.
To be fair, yeah, let's say you had to talk to one of the Tottenham guys, bro. The only one who could talk to is Timo Werner, man. I don't know if that's a W, man. You should have picked that. I would
But
have
if
rather
Harry
spoke to
Kane comes
regular.
back to visit, I can say something about
To be fair, he
Schnitzel.
probably sounds better speaking German than English, bro.
That's not nice. That's not nice at all.
Because I know the truth. I see the truth from my
I'm just going to skip right over that. Sonny speaks German. There we go. I don't speak
he
German,
does.
by the way. I can only say Sprechen Sie Deutsch, ich heiße Jakob. I can sing Happy Birthday.
I can't speak German, but I've heard too much German from studying events that happened.
I thought that was going somewhere else.
No. When I was studying, when I was doing my A levels, and when I was in high school, secondary school, a lot of German events in the 20th century, that I had to study that I will not go into any further detail about. But I've heard one too many recordings from back in the day. Let me just put it like that.
Yeah, and I honestly can't really tell what's going on there in a lot of those. But real quick, I'm putting in the description of this video. I put it so nice. I put it twice. I'm putting both of Elijah's channels here in the description. So make sure you go subscribe to Elijah real quick. There's almost 200 people in the house, so make sure you're liking the video and subscribing to Elijah. We need to get him to 1K.
Get monetized, please.
Let's get him to 1K expeditiously. One of the moderators, Shirley, but don't call me Shirley, could put the link in the chat. But let's see what else Kulusevski had to say.
It's not for me. I don't listen to no
I don't listen to no.
I know the truth. I see the truth from my side. It's not important what people say. It has never.
Oh, wait. So Kulusevski, the guy who works at Tottenham, plays for Tottenham, and is in and around the players and the manager and the yada yada, he says, I don't care about people's opinions, especially those online, especially those who come on YouTube, especially those who are going wham wham when we win and wham wham when we lose and wham wham when, and, you know, just in general, they're doing the Costco guy boom, boom, you know what I'm talking about? We got the boom. We're the Costco guys. Oh, I told you I'm the true speaking Costco guy. Double chocolate chip cookie. And then they got the other ones, the Chicken Little FC. They're running around. Nah, the sky's falling.
Chicken Little. That's a throwback. I haven't watched
that
in 15 years, man.
It's a little triad of people I've, you know, because like I said, people like to get boxed in, so I box others in while they try to box me in. And I've given them 3 rather than 2. I feel like that's a little bit more options for you to be, which is the Wham Wham Brigade, which, to be fair, I like to dabble with the Wham Wham Brigade sometimes because I like to complain. Who the fuck don't like to complain? So we're all, and this is the thing, people get so offended. They're like, how dare you say I wham wham? And I'm like, because you're literally going wham wham. But I do it too, so it's all good. But then there's the Chicken Little FC, which is the sky's falling. Everything sucks. There's no hope. It's those Spurs fans that come into the chat and then after we lose and they're like, haha, we lost. And I'm like, you're like a dude in the Titanic being like, I told you we were sinking. And it was like, well, you're still going to die next to me. I don't know. That's just kind of my thought. I was like, do you want to play the dudes playing the string instruments? Like, nee, nee, nee. And it's kind of like, they just accepted fate, you know, they knew. And that's kind of where I'm at. And kind of the dudes with the fucking string instruments just want to play another song until we freeze to death or drown or whatever else killed them. Hypothermia?
I guess hypothermia, yeah, because you're in the middle of the ocean.
And that door was big enough for 2. I don't give a shit what anyone says.
The sharks probably ate her anyway, man. I never watched the movie, but hey, the sharks probably got busy. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is.
Well, okay, spoiler alert for you, Elijah. The movie's centered around her as an old woman recalling her going to the lower deck of the boat and getting smashed down by some Irish fella.
Because there's no way you recount stories an old lady when you don't have grandkids. So
and that's the part of it that everyone forgets is like, where's her husband? You know, the father of her kids that helped give her the life that she's like, I'm reminiscing about that one time I got raw dogged by some poor guy in the bottom of a boat. And instead of being like, thank you to the guy who, you know, helped me raise my kids and helped me see this old age. But anyway, it's been 84 years.
That got pimped out by the Irish. Okay.
And then she throws there's like this very valuable jewel, and at the end she throws it in the ocean. It's like,
you could have sold it at least, bro. Like, you could have sold it at least.
Leo DiCaprio died for nothing. But let's anyway. How did I get to talking about
25 though? So,
dude, he had no cash. He barely got on the boat. Anyway, you can see it's a whole. My heart will go on.
Never been no one. Opinions change. It's not for me. I don't listen to no one because I know the truth. I see the truth from my side. It's not important what people say. It has never been actually. But like you said, league is very bad. League is very bad, and also the game on Sunday it was tough to lose. But I think that you have to stay clear-minded and focus on the goals. And we have done mistakes. Don't get me wrong. We have done a lot of mistakes. I think we're 11 fit players. We're almost 10 fit players on 4 competitions. That's not okay. And
there's almost 10, 11 fit players for 4 competitions. That's not okay. Do you think? Does that sound like he's blaming Ange to you? Does that sound like he's blaming someone else?
No. To be fair, I heard that. Because this is the first time me hearing it. So I'd heard that he had apparently took shots at Levy or something. Or maybe that's even too harsh of a way of putting it, but that's my hood rat brain, man. He took shots at Levy. So No, it doesn't sound like he's blaming the manager. From what I heard he said that he backs the manager in this anyway. So
he said you could look at the manager, you can look at the players, but it's bigger than that. What's bigger than the manager or the players?
Oh, then yeah, he's taking shots at the ownership then, which is fair enough.
Because look, this is the quote that this tweet highlighted from this, which was, "You can look at the manager, you can look at the players, but this is bigger than this." So sounds like it's to Levy. I don't know who else it would be.
I mean, to be fair, look, I understand that the players will basically say what they want to say in it, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it at all. It's just a thing of like, maybe he wants to leave. Like that's the way I really look at it. Maybe that's just Stockholm syndrome on my part, and that could just be me being plain wrong. But it's just a thing of like, because we know Romero's been flirting with the other white kit. You know what I'm saying? The white kit that wins trophies. You know, and there's been a lot of talk about Kulusevski potentially going that same route. You know, it's not to Real Madrid per se, but maybe to another team that might go and compete. Like I've heard people say AC Milan, I've heard people say Man City. I don't know.
Romero, before he got hurt, was also doing the same thing, talking about this club needs to match ours and Ange's ambitions. So that's the part for me that I'm like really, really not hinging on or sticking on, but you know, So I've got here's a good tweet from the Spurs Express. So Heung-min Son last month says, quote, "I told you before the season, but there are so many games and there are so many cases where injuries are inevitable. I think we should pay attention." Oh, I zoomed into the wrong thing. There we go. I think we should pay attention to these parts. I'm thinking once again, the club should pay more attention to this. So Son says it. Christian Romero. The last few years, it's always the same people responsible at Tottenham. Hopefully they've realized who the true responsible ones are, and we move forward because it's a beautiful club that with the structure it has could easily be competing with a title for every year. Again, another quote that the I'm a Costco guy. Oh, I'm so right. Boom. The player, you know, he's talking shit. He's talking bollocks. He's yes, man. He's this, he's that. And to me, our two leaders in the leadership group, 2 out of the 3, you know, the other one is fucking fraud pussy, but Romero and Son.
No comment.
Oh, I forgot. You have the English bias for Matador.
I don't think it's that, man. I just think he's a good player, fam. But hey.
Well.
I'm just saying we lost to Leicester without him, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. But hey,
I'm saying when Leicester had him, they got relegated.
Hey, it is what it is. They in the same position now.
No, they're winning. They're winning against because they're winning against lower teams like us.
Without Madison, hey, that's what I'm saying, bro. We had Kulusevski for 90 minutes. That's what I'm saying, but I don't want to keep you off topic, man. Hey, carry on cooking.
Oh,
man.
that's where we're going, huh?
Carry on cooking, man.
Because look at Gaga. She's the creative director of Polaroid. I like some of the Gaga songs. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
That's how I feel about James Madison. And, you know, I did play this off the top. There's a video of a lady dancing. She's smiling with tears in her eyes, dancing. And it says, "Me after uncontrollably crying for a long time over something I cannot control." And I saw that and it made me think of me in Tottenham. Because I just got to, you know, it's tough out here. It's very tough out here. But back to the subject we were talking about, because there's over 200 people in the house. Make sure you are subscribing to all the channels. Mine, both of Elijah's. They're in the description of this video. So Son last month brings up the club needs to pay attention to this. Romero brings it up. The club need to pay attention to this. Dan Kulusevski today. You can look at the manager, you can look at the players, but it's bigger than that. Arguably, Tottenham's 3 best players have now hinted at the fact that the board needs to do more ambitions to match this club. And then it comes out today that it's all this, we're keen on it. We've opened discussions. We text them, said, "Hey, what you doing?" Which, does that mean you're talking to a girl just because you said WYD?
I think it's more of, if we're going to use that analogy, I think it's more of you're saying bye to the final goal after you're about to get married. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing because I see the players that have come out, Son, Romero, Kulu. They're three players who it's near the end of the line for them at Tottenham, bro, if we're being real. Because the Son is what, 32? He's just signed a year extension, to be fair, but how much longer is he going to be here? Romero's been flirting with other clubs. As much as Kulu hasn't done that, eventually big clubs are going to come knocking. And if we're not in Europe at all next season, it's going to be very tempting for him to leave to go to another club. Obviously, the infamous Conte rant, he was gone instantly. Mourinho was hinting at it, he was gone pretty quickly. You know, so I feel like it's just a thing of, I feel like clubs, and this isn't to question the people's integrity that come out because I'm not in a position to do that. I don't know these people personally, but it's just a sign that when people start to come out and really talk about the problems at Tottenham, it's an indication that they don't have too much longer here. You know, because that's just kind of the way Levy and the board kind of operates, you know. So I'm happy that they've come out and they've voiced their frustration and they've really like basically said, yo, it's the owners. But at the same time, it's a double-edged sword because we know that as soon as you talk about the owners, but your time is limited.
And I agree with you because obviously at this club, at these players, they don't want to play under the pressure. The very famous Mr. Antonio. But in the past, it's not really been players that have said, hello, do something. Hey, match this. Hey, It's always been the manager. They kind of hint at it or they it just goes straight in with no foreplay. And
no Vaseline.
And we know where, shout out Ice Cube. And we know where that ends up. But with players, I kind of don't know where this is going to end up. But Heung-min Son, there was yesterday a guy saying he's got really good sources and he's always right about anything that comes to Son and that he called all these different things. And he's saying that sources close to him are saying Son is going to leave in the summer. He signed that extension so we could get some money for him. Is kind of what he was saying. Romero, obviously, as you aforementioned, he's been flirting with the federal government over there in Spain. And then also Kulusevski. You got to imagine, he's been arguably our best player this year in a really shit year, so I don't know what that's really saying, other than there is a player there that clubs will want.
Yeah,
I've seen City fans say that they want Kulusevski. I've seen fans of other clubs, Arsenal fans. The only person that people can talk to nicely this year seems to be Kulusevski, or unless you're from England, it'll be James Madison and maybe Kulusevski. I had to do it.
I'm gonna let you get off because it's your stream, your channel. I'm gonna let you get it off, man. Do your thing.
I call you Daddy Davis when I see you play on TV.
Daddy Davis.
Yeah.
Did you say? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
You like that? Can I call you Daddy all the time?
If you want.
So, like I was saying,
I hope that wasn't aimed at me. If so, mega pause in it. You know what I'm saying? But
look, I was gonna put. I meant to click the one right below it, which was the lady singing that we're up.
Okay.
Like I'm up right now. But in regards with James Madison, this is actually the clip I should have
Answer
played.
is yes. Haha, you're fucked. All right, no. Haha, you're fucked.
So either way you answer with James Madison, you're fucked because there's only one road the Madison conversation leads to on this channel. And
Archie Gray to that list, man. Might as well add him to that list too, man.
Archie Gray?
You might as well add him to that list too. I mean, for me, anyway, when it comes to me, you might as well add him to that list, man. You know what I'm saying? I've taken a lot of stick for a stance that people throw onto me, man. You know
you're gonna get. There's a lot of Archie Gray stands, probably more than Ange. So
I haven't.
Right now, everyone who likes Archie Gray, including myself,
really don't use it. Oh my, fuck you.
Who is that?
Shout out Yummy. I believe it's Yummy, and then the number one. It's on Twitch, and she's the last like 2 years she's been doing watch-alongs and her reaction.
What's that action? Now let me check.
I'm sure someone. I can't be the only one subscribed to her. I am subscribed to her. She's got her channel's been doing really well. I can't lie.
Hey, shout out to her, man. Hope
shout out to her. She has some really funny reactions. The other day, I think it was versus Leicester or Everton. You know those two games where she was literally standing there. She's like, this can't be real. I must be dreaming. I don't feel anything. I must be dreaming. She's literally like having a moment of what is going on, and you know, it kind of epitomizes a
Shout out
lot
to
of.
her, man.
But while we were on this topic, I actually had a tweet that has a video kind of highlighting a lot of the different people that have talked about it and the way that our club has talked about it. So I figured, why not? Well, I'm gonna have to change the layout again. God dang it. There it is. So let's go ahead and let's see this. Let's watch this beautiful little video.
We would do everything we can within the confines, obviously, revenue streams that Tottenham.
I'm not gonna lie. He just started talking, and I could feel my skin start to do this, like where I'm getting angry. I'm getting
I'll be
warm.
real, I have my hands in my pockets, man. You know that.
Oh, you had your hands in your pockets? That's actually not allowed.
Shit, you know, I'll put it in I'll put it like this, man. It's cool. It's cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah.
I can't stand
I actually
his
forgot what he sounded like until now, to be honest.
Oh,
That's how much
shoot.
I don't listen to him.
Yeah, but when you hear his voice, it's that kind of noise in the night that'll wake you up. You know what I'm saying? You'll be in a deep sleep. You hear, we're doing it and we'll see you into revenue streams as I sit to my Oxford chair. I have a salad fork and a steak fork and a bread fork. It's just like, shut the fuck up.
By the way, 5 seconds in and he's already said something, bro. I'm like, all right, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, keep it pushing, bro. Real quick, pick up David Shear. Long time no see. Hello, Cobber. I was thinking about you the other day and how I haven't seen you in the chat. No, full Diddy. Hopefully you're doing well. But no baby oil. Wait, that still sounds fucked up.
That's just, yeah.
No, that sounds fucked up. That sounds fucked up.
I said
David,
full Diddy, but no baby oil.
That's worse.
At that point, you're just hurting yourself, bro.
What am I doing? Okay, sorry. But hello, David Shear. I was thinking about you in a totally not weird way, or Diddy way. Let's see. Let's see what else.
You're fucking on the Spurs, man.
We believe we will be highly competitive.
Gonna be highly house, but you need to put the furniture.
We need to put the furniture.
Oh my god.
Fucking pot. I'm not gonna lie. Did he ruin anything for you by going to Chelsea?
Nah, I didn't really mind.
Okay.
Chelsea, but,
So you one of them kinds.
Yeah, I didn't really mind for a sense of like he's going on to manage better clubs, innit? So I don't really. If he went to Arsenal or something different, but the only real thing about Chelsea is that we're both London clubs, innit? But I don't.
I mean, I see your point because, I mean, you're younger than I am, but since I've been watching the Premier League, they've always just been better. They win, we don't. When they're good, they beat us. When we're good, they beat us. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They always beat us.
That's just how it is. But it's like I'm not gonna.
Am I too tribalistic then? Is it a color thing?
Is it a color thing?
Nah, it's not. You're both the same color, so I doubt it. But I just slightly kind of doubt it, innit? But nah, you know, it's just even when Kyle Walker went to like Man City, for example, it's like, yeah, Man City, they're not our rivals in a way. I know it's slightly different because it's it's not London, it's Manchester. But you just went on to a better club and went on to play, innit? Like it wasn't anything personal. I don't think Poch was anything personal either. So yeah,
It just to me feels like it's like, yeah, we broke up. She got with a couple of the ops. That's okay. I still let her live with me. Nah, you can get a hotel.
I get that.
It's kind of how I see it. But when he came to the U.S., it kind of like lightened me a little bit because I was very much fuck you. I'm almost loyal to a fault.
Completely.
And
no,
it's
I completely
like,
understand it. Yeah, it's fine because it's at the end of the day, it's Chelsea who are our London rivals. So I do completely understand it. But I knew he was gonna flop at Chelsea. That's probably why, because I had a Chelsea fan who's my friend. He's still my friend now, but he was laughing at me like, "Oh, we got your best ever manager." I said, "Hey, look, Poch, yeah, he's our greatest manager, yeah, or at least of this century. But hey, when he comes to Chelsea, you lot are gonna realize like he don't change nothing. You know what I'm saying? Only thing he does is rotate too much. Doesn't change tactics throughout the game. You'll leave substitutions late. Like, you guys are gonna see it, man. Like, you didn't see it at Tottenham because you didn't care. You're gonna see it at Chelsea. Lo and behold, they saw it. Lo and behold, they wanted them out. So I got the last laugh in the end, in it. So I don't really mind. I didn't mind it too much.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I thought, you motherfucker. I thought you're a son of a bitch. But I'm also, you know, it's just like, once I love you, it's either I still love you or I fucking hate you. That's not true, but it is with him, because I'm like, I want him to do well with US. You know, obviously, I think he's our nation's best manager ever, and I don't mean that sarcastically. It's just we've had such shit before him. Yeah. But from a Tottenham perspective, I'm like, I'm done with them. I would never go back to him, and it's not even because of my pittiness, my spiteful pity self, or petty, not pity, my petty spiteful self. It's more because that just seems like going backwards. You know, it doesn't seem like we're just, you know what I mean?
I just would say to people, I'll say to people who want him, just don't expect the same thing to happen. That's all I would say. Like, if people are going into it expecting it to be like the Poch of old and the time of old, then they're gonna get disappointed, because I feel like people reminisce too much. Like, if Poch comes back, like, it's not gonna be the same thing. Like, we're not gonna start competing after a couple of years again, and it's not gonna be the same thing. There's just too many variables that went right. First,
how am I supposed to think about a dude who said, maybe I'm not a manager, maybe I'm just a head coach?
I mean, that's fair enough. He's more of a coach
because he got fucked over. So what is that? You know, I've always thought it was weird when, like, my homeboys go back to a girl who cheated on them a couple of times, and then they're like, it's okay, she changed this time. I am not a clown. This time she loved me. And it's like, no, bro, she don't.
I mean, to be fair, if you get millions to go back to a girl who cheated on you, maybe it might make your resolve different.
I'll get a sweater with her fucking face on it.
I'm saying it might make your resolve a little bit different, because he's not doing charity work now. He's getting paid millions to.
Shit, you are right. Hey, I always forget about the money aspect sometimes, because like John Duran's going to Saudi, and for me, I'm like, you're such a talented, fun player to watch.
Actually, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Al Nassr.
Oh, of course, bro. They need Ronaldo reinforcements, bro.
Yeah, it's tough out there for them. But John Duran, he's a fantastic player, and he's young. He's got such a bright future. He's honestly making it uncomfortable for Ollie Watkins to keep that starting position. And then it's like, oh, he's going to go to Saudi. And my first instinct is like, wow, you're just going to throw your... It reminded me of like Moussa Diaby. It's like, wow, you're so talented, but you're just going to go there and just fuck off because
it's like,
the bag.
Like Oscar back in the day, like for Oscar back in the day when he went to China, like 25, 26. It's something like that as well. It's like, you know...
Dembele went to China as well.
Yeah, but that was more due to the injuries, isn't it? So yeah, he was 30 at the time. It's different to being.
Well, he's a GOAT, and I don't care what anyone says. He's a GOAT.
He's a GOAT, 100%. He's a GOAT.
I'm so stupid. I actually thought Bissouma was like, I was like, he might be able to do some of that stuff in the middle of the park, you know, like holding players off and like, you know, keeping the ball at his feet. And then we had those 9 games where Bissouma did do that, and I was like, I think I'm right. And then he. I guess I'm just going to blame the balloons or the Tottenham Hotspur culture, because one of the two, or maybe both of them added up, equaled what we see with Yves Bissouma now. But I'm sorry. Let's get back to this video. Sorry about that,
in, by the way.
Marshall. Yeah, 9 seconds in. This is my problem when I watch videos. I often stop and then I don't want to hear this guy's.
Though. I mean, if anything, it's dragging out twice as long now because you have someone to talk to.
Well, some say that's the beautiful part about it, because a lot of times people are like, let's get back to the subject at hand. What is the subject at hand, Your Honor?
How we need to be liking up the stream, because there's 29 likes.
Hey, there we go. You know, and be subscribing. Elijah's channels are in the description. Come on now. Like and subscribe.
Please, I'm begging for a subscriber, please.
Get him monetized. All right, and get him monetized.
I have my watch hours, guys. I just need to subscribe. I put that such a beg. Oh my god.
Hey, it's gonna happen, and all you got to do is keep doing what you're doing, which is putting out that great content. People keep seeing it. More people. I see your comments every time on your uploads, your live streams. More and more different people commenting. So, what it is you just gotta, keep doing it. Keep doing it until they try and make you stop. Just like your manager,
Ange, ladies and gentlemen.
Just want to remind everyone the feelings.
You have to say it twice as well, just to get him to clap, though. I don't know how I feel about that.
Ange, Postecoglou.
Eesh. I had to say it twice, man. It's kind of tough. But yeah, 9 seconds in. Sorry. Sorry, boss.
Ange, everyone. Oh, yeah. Sorry. We're going to watch this.
Amazing house, but you need to put the furniture.
You need to put the furniture?
It depends on your budget. If you are going to spend...
Why is he smiling so much? It's making me uncomfortable. He's like, you got to get the furniture and put it in the house, but it depends on your budget. Like, bro, I know you're struggling right now. The fact that he's smiling so much, he's that meme of that guy who's...
pain, man.
Dude, it's...
Pain.
But whenever this first came out, you're like... Hey, big up whoever just subscribed to the channel.
Hey.
You see that? It's playing the wasadu. Wasadu. Big up whoever just subscribed to the channel. Looks like someone did. Anyway, why, bro? I know he's struggling. I know he's trying. The bit he looks like me when I go on to other rival channels and they're like, "So talk to me about Ange and your team." I'm like,
but isn't it like right after the Champions League final though? This is May 2019. It was either right before, maybe right after the Champions League final. So I understand why he's feeling that pain if it's right after. And we just lost, fam. Now this is the magnum opus, and we lost. So I'd understand it too.
And it depends on your budget. If you are going to spend some money on it,
The financial consequences of buying and selling players. That's one area that if you don't get right, it can have dire consequences.
Huh?
Guy need to shut up, man. Guy needs to shut up. All he's done is spend money on shit, man.
I know. I saw a comment earlier that was like, he spent this amount of money in this amount of years. What are we doing here? That's fine. But if my wife sends me to the grocery store with a list for the dinner for the week and I just come back with Hot Pockets, what the fuck do you think she's going to say to me? Oh, but I got one head of lettuce, baby. Isn't that what you said? Yeah, but I needed raw chicken, raw meat, I needed all these different ingredients. And you come home with Hot Pockets and a head of cabbage. What the fuck is this? I spent as much money as we had. Well, then who's at fault? Who's at fault? Now we're eating Hot Pockets, complaining about the I'm not going to go into that, but FDA is a fucking criminal organization here in America. Do not eat the food in America. They want you to die. Like Hot Pockets. They'll fucking kill you, apparently. Jimmy Dean, those will kill you. But away from the depressing realities of the way that my country treats food in this nation, fucking guy, every time he says some shit, I'm like,
I just don't believe him. I don't believe him.
It's the year of the snake, buddy.
Yeah, just don't believe him. Like, my man spends so much. He keeps so much money. I was about to say he spends. He keeps so much money for himself and for his endeavors anyway, which is really the biggest problem we have with him. Like, it's not even the fact that he doesn't spend money. It's like he keeps so much of it because like what he does and what Enoch does is the money generated from Tottenham they put back into Tottenham, which means that the fans are responsible for the growth of the club. That's directly what it means, because the fans are the ones, if they don't spend the money, the club doesn't spend more on players, can't buy a stadium, can't break the transfer record, can't do any of the stuff that is done now. So the fans are directly responsible for the growth of the club. And pretty much, even if you adjust it for inflation, the transfers haven't gotten any better, any bigger. We're not spending the wages. Like, it's long, fam. That's why I don't believe him, because he's pocketing more money than any other owner in the Premier League.
And that's that is the part that kills me, because I love that all the attention has been being like, it's almost like we've known this problem for a long time, but the landlord being like the main media, the main perception in society, kind of saw it like, well, You got 4 walls, heating, air conditioning, running water, and a shiny toilet. And like, what do we, what's there to really complain about? But now they're really showing, look, he makes the most money out of any of us, and he's the least successful in the footballing world. Commercially, as a business, he's doing it right, which is the part where I'm like, I am lenient in the sense that like, I want Levy out. But I'm also okay if he wants to fuck off to Barbados with Joe Louis. They still make all their money, but somebody has the freedom and the knowledge of what the fuck we're supposed to do. Because we went and got Johan Langa, which, think about it. He leaves Aston Villa. And I've asked this question to a lot of different people. When did they start getting good again? About 3-4 years ago, right? 3.5 years ago? That's when he fucking left.
When he left.
He left, they got someone else, and then guess what? Now they're playing Champions League matches 2 years in a row.
Qualified in the playoffs, they qualified at 8th, so they don't even have to play in the playoffs.
They automatic promotion in the fucking Champions League. They've steadily improved. And I mean, look at some of the players that they brought in. Some of the players that they brought in, they couldn't even get them game time. Jaden Philogene. We were linked with Jaden Philogene from Hull City. I like the look of that player, but then he couldn't even get in, so then he left 6 months later. Moussa Diaby played a year there, left. These are all players that still start for us when they would have signed. Yeah. And now it's like you hear Arsenal bid for Ollie Watkins. Yeah, it was actually a disrespectful bid, but of 60 million, if you ask me. But it's like,
It's scary.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, because we've seen Levy said that he wants to follow the model of like Brentford and Bournemouth, but the problem is that Brentford and Bournemouth have established institutions where they grow players. Like they have head coaches in specifically made to I almost said something crazy, but to develop young talent. And they have like that's their institution. That's the way they build themselves up as clubs. And we've seen like Nottingham Forest now look very good. Like we see Aston Villa build up. Obviously, Newcastle have brought in rich owners, but they can't just go out and spend money. They have to develop talent and sell players and bring in players where they can. But that's how smaller clubs start competing, is by bringing in a head coach that can develop young players, sell them on for high prices, and then they can start slowly upgrading the team. And we're starting to see that with other clubs. The problem is that we're not actually upgrading the team. We're just selling the players on, or even if we're bringing in players, it's young players with low wages. So we're pretty much just in a regression cycle. We're like similar to like Leicester, for example. Like they had money from all these transfers. They just brought in a bunch of players. Doesn't matter who the players are. They just brought them in and paid them, and eventually they went down. And that's pretty much the kind of cycle we're in. Like if we don't fix up, we're just going to be in that thing where we're just bringing in players for whatever reason, and soon enough we'll be battling it out just like we are now at the bottom of the table, man. It's long.
Yeah, it's tough out here. It's tough out here. And Chat Sport said Duran gone for 65 mil. And to me, I don't always think that it's like the transfer fee that's the problem. It's the fucking player wages. Think about it. The player doesn't give a shit how much you buy him for. All they care about is how much are you going to pay me. And when we're like, our highest paid earner is Heung-min Son, who's been here for 10 fucking years, and he's not even breaking 300,000. But you got other players. Gabriel Jesus makes over 300,000 a week. Kai Havertz makes 350 a week, something like that. Like there's a lot of people that make a lot of money that are not good enough to be making that kind of money. So you got to imagine, if you think you're good, I should be getting paid what Kai Havertz is getting paid, right? I think I'm better forward than him. So it's like, but we give high wages to Eric Dyer and Ivan Perisic for 12 months. Like,
and then sell them on. Like even at this club especially, like what you get paid in terms of your wages is a direct comparison to what the board thinks of you, what the whoever brought you in thinks of you, especially at this club more than anything. Because we see at other clubs, Man United they were just handing out big contracts, like Arsenal be handing out big contracts. Like we don't do that. So we see Brennan Johnson coming for 50 mil, 55 mil, whichever one it was, and he's getting 70k a week. It's just like we know what caliber of player he is. He's not even good enough to demand 100k a week from a club like us. You know, so we know what Brendan Johnson is. We see Dominic Solanke coming for 65 mil. And he's on 90k a week. That just shows the caliber of striker he is. And this is the biggest club Solanke will play at in terms of playing at his prime. So his prime is only worth 90k a week, and we've spent 65 million. It just shows that we're okay with
That is
money,
insane. That is insane. I didn't know he was only making 90.
Yeah, he's only on 90k because I go over this all the time on stream.
That's insane.
We only have 5 players making 100k or more, and Timo Werner's one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's what?
Well,
Son,
to be fair, we don't know about his wage structure because we've reworked that whole loan deal. And this is when I was trying to like give some kind of credit to now we're doing things differently.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but even if it's 50-50, that means he's still earning like,
well, he's going, that's a
like
guaranteed
that.
amount. That 165 or whatever it is, that's guaranteed.
Yeah. But just the split is the only thing in it. But even if the split is 50-50, that's still 85k a week. We're paying him 80k, something like that, to make 165, 82 and a half, something around that in it, even if it's 50-50. But I would assume that Tottenham are paying more than half of his salary. I just assume that. I'm not sure. But
my assumption is that we wouldn't have done it unless we could have get less paying of the wages. Because yes, in that 6-month period where we first loaned him, we were paying 100% of the wages. What sounds like Daniel Levy to me would be, let's get that player back, lower the buy option clause, and let's lower how much we spend per week on him. Just lower. So it just, you know.
Yeah.
I'll never forget how jealous I was when Chelsea signed him from Leipzig that first time. I was like, he's such a good player. We should have got him. And now, and then I get him, and I swear to God.
Just roll his windows up.
Just roll the windows up, bro. Put the fries in the bag, man. Isn't that the same?
Yeah, I was like that with Havertz, man. When I saw Havertz balling at Leipzig, Leverkusen.
Leverkusen.
And then he went to Chelsea. I was like, damn, he's gonna be cooking for Chelsea. Nope. Now he's at Arsenal. Nope. So, yeah, it's kind of weird.
The one thing I've never backed down from, and I will not back down from, who's a GOAT, and we should have signed him, and we're still fools because he doesn't play for us. The one and only Adama Traore.
Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of Adama.
I'm a huge Adama fan. And that summer when we were trying to get him and he went to Barcelona, I'm still hurt. I'm still hurt by it because I was like, there's something about a player that I don't know, like Alan Saint-Maximin, Alon or whatever his name is. Like he wasn't the greatest player. I just enjoyed watching him. He just made it was fun to watch because you're like, what is he gonna do? I don't know. But Adama was like, watch that man go. Big muscly dude, faster than everybody. It's crazy.
Tottenham past and present, maybe, but like he'll slap into a couple evolutions in it. But in terms of actual football player, like he was very limited. Apart from his speed and his physicality, he's very limited. He's not that good.
Adama?
Yeah, he's not that good. Like his shooting is not great. His dribbling's not great. His passing's not great. It's just
he's got decent dribbling. It's okay passing, shooting, but it's that pace.
I don't want that here.
But at the time when we were linked with him, right now I don't think he would do much for us. But back in the day when we were linked with him, we had Harry Kane and Heung-min Son, and I was thinking a front three of Son, Kane, and Adama. Just the vertical threat of Adama down the side would open space for Kane, would open space for Son, and I know that too. Like I'm not a tactico. I'm not like Ashmatic. I can't get on the whiteboard and be like, when you cover in the half space, you want to be a, what do they call it? A Fontanelli, or you want to get in there and be a Sprazzatelli. It's like all these phrases. He sells the fuck out of these players, bro. And now one of them's getting bought by United. That left back.
I'm not. Oh, you talking about Mateus Tell? Which left back?
No, Mateus Tell's a striker. The left back that United just got, Dorgu.
Oh, okay, Faz. I haven't even heard of him.
I was on a stream with Ash, and he was like, "Look at Dorgu," and then another guy, and I was like, "I want them both now, Ash. Thank you." Maybe he's just a good salesman, but he talks and he says a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, I think I'm learning. And then I wake up the next day, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I've seen his breakdown on Mateus Tell in it, Bro, I can't lie. He couldn't sell me on that one. I've never seen Tell play a day in my life, but even Ash was having a hard time selling me on him, bro. He just looked like French Brennan. That's what he looked like to me. I'm not.
Well, I
even
can't
gonna
lie. The fact that you're saying all this, it just makes me wonder.
Is it a color thing? Is it a color thing?
Is that a color thing? No, because Timo Werner catches more smoke. So, no, nah.
Yeah,
I don't like Chiesa either, bro. I think he's overrated as well. He's a FIFA guy, man. People see him on FIFA and like, yeah, he's the guy. He's not the guy.
I see a lot of people on
Fenerbahce.
FIFA. Yeah, he is. He plays for Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. Adama should be playing rugby. No, he should be playing for Tottenham Hotspur. See, everyone like to hate on Adama. I swear.
Did he smoke?
Bro, when I was like, watch, and then when we played him, one of my first shorts that I ever put out, I just clipped apart because I was like, I want receipt. Because I said on my show or someone's show, I was like, if Adama plays versus us, he's going to get a GA. He's gonna get the game-winning goal or something like that, and he did. Fucking did. And everyone's like, oh, it was a lucky volley. Bro, it was a scissor. It was a fucking Hayukin. Motherfucker.
Yeah. A goal is a goal, innit? Yeah. A goal is a goal. I ain't gonna lie. As much as Dybala, fam. Hey, if we could have got Dybala's a baller. I can't lie. I'm a big fan of Dybala.
See, everyone hates Adama. I don't.
Adama can't shoot, man. Like,
bro, I really don't care what anyone has to say about Adama. Because I know how I think about it, I know how I feel about it, and anytime I just see the phonetics of ADAMA, I'm gonna stop that before the copyright. It was like the jellyfish from SpongeBob.
He can move, bro. God.
Yeah.
I can't like that. Adama, you'll never be able to. He's Brennan Johnson with a gym membership. That's what he is, bro. I can't lie. Nah. You know, just nah.
Well, it's a good thing I don't have to try and convince anyone of Adama anymore because that ship has sailed and I'm the only one left at the port.
At least you ain't on the Titanic, man. It sank.
My heart will go on. Big up David Shears says gotta go. Been way too long. Hope your family. David Shears, always good to see you. And I just saw this. You gifted a membership. Big up to you, buddy.
Hey.
And Royale, look at that. Frequent flyer. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam to you, my brother. Royale.
I can't lie. We might as well just scrap this Levy video. We're not getting through this ever. I can't lie.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Every single penny that comes into this
Every
club
single
will go
penny
back
that
into
comes
the
in
team.
here is going back into my fucking
That's what
pocket.
I'm talking about.
That's his dire consequences. Every single penny that comes into this club will go back into the team.
Yeah, you see, that's the cap. That's the cap right there.
Every single penny that goes into the
cap. That's why we don't like this guy, man. Because we don't like realistically.
He just lies. He just says shit. Because he's like, don't worry, I didn't spend because I was spending on this fucking state-of-the-art facility and stadium. But don't worry, once it's up and running, we're gonna see the fruits of that labor type shit. And that was supposed to be like last year, the year before. When we're supposed to see all, and we're seeing record number of profits, and then we raised our ticket prices, and we're still record I don't get it anymore.
Too much cap, man. It's too much cap. So
to be involved,
wear a cap.
To be involved in this situation.
Compare last season, the situation went to become worst.
He's right.
Why, Antonio?
Why?
Because they are used here.
When he said that, it hurt, bro. It sounded like a rival. We're used. Why? Because they are used to it here, not we. Not. He's like, I am separate from this, and the writing was on the wall, really, with the Jed Spence thing. But I didn't disagree with him, but it fucking really didn't feel good hearing it. I'll be honest.
I just knew his time was up as soon as I seen it because. You can't call out the and that's
they're
why
used to it, bro. He said they're used to it here. That is some shit you hear on like rival channel type shit.
Yeah. But to be fair, it needed to be said by someone in the club, innit? To be fair, it hasn't really amounted to nothing, unfortunately.
Bro, is there really only 31 likes on the video?
Damn, 31 likes? Bruh. Like up the stream, man. We need 50 of them. We need 50 of them likes, man. We need 50.
I don't know what I did. Like I didn't.
Has anyone
I
seen
didn't.
Johan Lange? Has anyone seen the like button? Because they ain't clicked it. You know, like that.
Like what did I do?
Like up,
I've
man.
committed no offense.
My kids were being taken to school. They were subjected to horrendous.
Officers, I've committed no offense. Please, please.
Oh my god.
You never seen that?
I've never seen that, nah.
That was pretty viral. He's like, my kids were being attacked in their school. I've done nothing. I've committed no offense. I think he's like a politician or something, and he like bribery or extortion or some money crime, and they're coming to arrest him. He's like, please, I've committed no offense. And
the thing is that you could be 100% right, yeah, but the fact that it's an African and you went straight to the 419 accusations is.
Wait, what's 419 accusations?
Hey, basically.
Is it a color thing? Is it a color thing? Is it a color?
419 is basically basically Nigerian fraud, isn't it? So African fraud. Basically, people just fraud. You know those old emails you used to get.
Oh yeah, I am a Nigerian king.
Yeah.
I can send you all this money, but first you have to send me my.
Yeah, that kind of stuff, man. That's the 419, man. You know.
I don't knock the hustle. I'll be honest. I don't like hate on it because if you could convince someone to send you money because I'm gonna send you, don't worry, boo, I'm gonna get you back. Like what? I mean, if you found the people stupid enough for that, I'm just gonna say I'm more jealous that you did it before I did.
Yeah, you deserve the money if you can scam someone out of that type of stuff, innit? It's just how it goes. But so many people did it because it worked. So it's one person it worked for, and it just spreads like wildfire, you know. So someone's got
like you see those DMs on Instagram. It's like, hey, it's the real Michael Jackson. I'm not really dead. Can you send me 200 on Venmo? Hee hee.
You know the worst ones, bro. There was a time, yeah, where there's these emails that come in like, yo, I somehow hacked your phone and I recorded you schmeating your meat, bro, and you got Bitcoin money. And I'm like, I first got this email, yeah, and I was just looking at it like, yo, this was the worst time to say I'm taking part in No Not November. That was the worst time for you to try and send me an
try and
email
fleece you. Yeah, you're like, I definitely haven't.
I'm doing No Not November. You can't be telling me you recorded me, bro.
I will say this. My wife convinced me a long time ago for every camera that, like on the laptop specifically, just like a little thing that like I can slide it and it covers it and it uncovers it. It's really, and I just keep it covered because that way they're like, I caught you doing that. I'm like, no, you didn't. So you know,
I just close my laptop every time I'm not using it.
Well, yeah, that's another way. I mean, I saw those movies back in the day. They were like hackers were breaking into some girl's house and they're watching her through her webcam and scaring her and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure my webcam's covered, and just not plug. Like this one is not plugged in at all, so there's no power to it unless my computer's in here. And like,
fair enough, yeah.
Why would I beat my meat in the studio either? Like I'm also married,
saying,
so like I'm not lonely. Like, dude, I'm married. What the fuck are you talking about? So
yeah, my phone and my laptop has never seen anything 18 plus because this is where I do my videos. You know what I'm saying? It's where I record.
Yeah, man, we're professionals. Like the video. 31 likes, you frauds.
20 years that there is the owner.
20 years. 20 years of beating my meat. They send me these clips of me beating my meat. They say, send me the money.
No, because they are used here. 20 years that there is the owner and never won something. But why? Only for the fault is only for the club or for every manager that stays.
Well, here. Oh, wait. Everyone agrees with Conte until this part where he starts saying, because they're like, "Oh, Angel. This is why I am not in or out. I am shaking it all about.
Yeah.
Instead, because I agreed with everything he said. It fucking hurt to hear. It's like your coach saying you're too fat and slow and dumb to do this. And you're like, God dang it. Now, either at that point, you lean into what they have accused you of, or you show them that they are wrong. And I thought that this would be that moment that we're like, now going to act. and show Conte he's wrong, because Levy's an egotistical guy. Conte's an egotistical guy. They both think they're probably the smartest in the room when they're together. So, of course, I thought there would be like that, like, I'm going to show you to be involved in this situation. And that's the thing. Last year, we got a nice sample size of some good stuff. And then he started smirking, talking about we've got our Tottenham bag.
Yeah, talking that. I don't know. I've always leaned more into Ange out, but I understand like Levy ain't really exactly backed him. Like, there's a difference between backing someone and keeping them employed. And Levy's kept him employed, innit? He hasn't backed him. So, I think where people most get their optimism from is when Ange can get his players, or if Ange is in a situation where he can get his players, then you'll see us cooking. But under this ownership, we're never going to see that happen. So it's just it's a delicate situation where you can look at it from so many different angles, but it is what it is, man.
I don't even think it's a delicate situation. I think, like he said, to be involved in this situation, it's horrendous and it's shit. But to me, I struggle with the idea of like agreeing with everything he says, but then saying, let's do exactly what he blamed us for doing wrong. You can change the manager. You can have a lot of managers, but the situation here will not change. Trust me. It's like, let's just forget that part. Let's just listen to all of the Bible until it says not to kill people, because I want to kill people. It's like, you don't get to say you're a holy man, a religious man, because all religions say don't do it. And then they're like, but I'm going to do it. It's like, to me, it's like you said you're City till July because you don't want Arsenal to win the league, but then you're complaining about us loaning Timo back in June. The math ain't mathing. You can't be City till July, but a month prior be upset about what Tottenham does. That's
I
like
understand where you're coming from. Yeah, I understand where you're coming
that's
from.
just I logic. It seems like
I hear it.
just thrown out the window. They're like, yeah, I like that except for that part. So let's just act like that part wasn't said, and let's do it again. Because that's why I'm so anti sacking our manager, because I know the fucking problems here. We all know the problems here. We all just have different ways of going about how we think to solve those problems. And to me, number one is you got to have a guy who's willing to fucking do it. And in the summer, there was 3 people who weren't before we landed on Ange Postecoglou.
Yeah.
That is an indictment on the club as well. But people forget that, and they say, "Oh, well, Ange is here, and they spent $300 million. They should be able to go and get it done. Get them players. They spent the money. They spend money. They got the player, and they're supposed to go win. Why aren't we like Real Madrid?" It's like they're just papering over all the cracks, and I'm digressing immensely, but it's just
Sounds like the Mile Low Hotspur right there.
A mile below sea level.
Below sea level. Damn, he's freezing. He is freezing. That's why I say it's delicate though, because look how easy it was to turn into a Jacob rant right there. That's why I say it's delicate, man. Because the reason I ended up
no, it was just everyone's emotional, myself included.
That's why it's delicate, man. It's not an easy topic, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the reason I ended up turning Ange out was only because I don't see, even if he had his players, I wouldn't see it working out in terms of taking us to where we'd want to go. You know, with this, and it really happened to me after the Tamworth game. I was like, okay, yeah, it's over, bro. It's over. But it's not. Like I put a lot of.
To me, the Tamworth game, while it was as awful as it could be for longer than it should have been, mission accomplished in a sense. You know,
that's true as well. Yeah, because we didn't lose. We ended up going through.
I think it just speaks to the fragile mindset of these players that 15 Tamworth fans, which is almost at capacity for that stadium, that 15 of them are able to rattle him, calling him a shit Ollie Watkins. And guess what? He showed him, I am a shit Ollie Watkins. And they said, Dan McCready's going to level you. And then Dan McCready silenced, well, until Dominic came on anyway. But I digress.
And again, I hear what you're saying about the players' mindsets and stuff like that. Like, my only, I guess, pushback in a sense would be like, these players, they were challenging for Europe last season, and obviously it's different context. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's different ways you can contextualize it, but these is apart from adding Dominic Solanke, who we can all agree has been a good signing for us. Whether you agree with the transfer fee, wages, irrelevant. We've added a good player or a player that's been performing like one of our best players to the starting lineup, and now we're in relegation talks. Whether it's hyperbolic or not, again, not the point. The fact of the matter is we are there. So, like, of course, there's obviously very different context that's been left out. It could be added in, and it could change your assessment of what we're looking like. But I mean, these players, when they had one game a week, again, we got knocked out the cups, and the cups is what's really keeping this manager in the job right now. But yeah,
isn't it weird how it just flipped? The first year, it was like we were good in the league, and we got knocked out in the first round of damn near everything, or the second round, because we beat Burnley by 1 goal, in the FA Cup, and then we lost to City. But that's a good point, because even last year we had injuries. I don't know that it was this bad, but we actually didn't even, like, when we had injuries in the midfield, well, there was Giovanni Lo Celso or Højbjerg who could come in.
Yeah, the squad is a lot thinner now compared to what it was even last year, because we got rid of a lot of players.
There's Emerson Royale even. Like, I know he wasn't a good footballer, but there was a warm body who could play a position. We relied on Eric Dyer, and that's when we saw our first loss versus Wolves, that fucking bitch.
Yeah, so the squad was a lot thinner, and there's obviously a lot of context to be added in, so I don't want to make it seem like I'm just ignoring a bunch of context. I know there's context, but it's just like the players that at the club ended up getting Europa League football, and even if we had 2 games a week, I feel like they still would have finished maybe like 7th or 8th. Like, so
I see what you're saying, because like I imagine if the season ended, and it was like, all right, you don't know anything about it, you go into a coma, and then you come out right now, and then you get caught up to speed, you'd probably be like, what the fuck happened? How the fuck are we here? Kind of a thing. So I get the, like, and I appreciate having a balanced approach where you apply contextual evidence to an opinion, because I think that it's very crucial in regards to having any kind of like respectable conversation about where we are right now. But the fact of the matter is, and I completely agree, is we are here. We are here. Like, I was okay in the beginning of the year being like, all right, we did that. Like, fuck you, Kuti, for helping us capitulate versus Brighton, or, fuck these players, 180 minutes in those back-to-back losses of Arsenal and Newcastle early on in the year. 180 minutes, 35 chances created, 1 own goal scored. Like, that is not tactics to me. That was players. But then it continued and it continued. And I always said, when we reach that halfway point, that's when I'm going to start actually looking at the table. And since I've been looking at it, we just rolling down the hill. I don't even know if we're rolling down the hill. We're tumbling. And then we've like, all right, we're not going to fall any further. But then the branch we're holding on versus Everton and Leicester, it's like, have you ever seen Ace Ventura 2? When nature calls?
I haven't seen it. I'm a very uncultured soul, so you're gonna have to excuse me on that, man.
I'm gonna have to cook you.
Gee, I'm dark enough as it is, man. Don't burn me, please.
Ace Ventura. I'm not even gonna say the animal, because then I'm gonna have to play that clip. But here we go. I just had to type Ace Ventura raccoon scene.
Okay. Okay.
It's not what you think. It's an actual raccoon. Is it a color thing?
Okay.
Is it a color thing?
Is it? I'm about to see right now.
Well, to avoid copyright, so there's him and the monkey. They're zip lining, right? And there's a little raccoon that's hanging on. They're like trying to get across this. So they're zip lining across. And I believe this is a spoof of some like actual serious movie called like something. I don't know. Because I saw like a intro to some movie, and I was like, why'd they copy Ace Ventura like that? Then I was like, oh yeah, it's probably Ace Ventura that spoofed that. But here we are in the beginning of the season. We're hanging on. We got a journey that looks treacherous. The more you look at it, it looks kind of bad. But then I think this is where the bad stuff starts. This is a traumatizing scene, so hide your kids. So the raccoon's hanging on. He's the little thingy, the little thingy slipped, or where was it? See, so they're on the thing, and see, he's like, help me, I'm falling, And Ace Ventura's like, don't worry, buddy, I got you. And this is me. I'm fucking hanging on to any little bit of hope that I got. Looking like a fuck. That hair is insane. And here's
and
here's
it breaks. Okay, yeah, I see the crack.
Here's a Everton.
Yeah.
Here's a little.
Rest in peace.
Oh, there's Everton. All right. So we're not dead yet, but it's coming apart. And then you hear the squealing. That's all. That's YouTube. That's Twitter. That's everybody. We're going down. We're going down. So there's Everton. All right, and here's Leicester.
And what he falls, I'm guessing he just. I just skip to the end, man, because I. Age.
Here's Leicester. And this is where I'm at right now. This is where I'm at. I've got him by the hand, and I'm not gonna let you go, little buddy.
All right, we can end it there, man. We can end it there, man.
Hang on!
You don't want to see.
I'd rather just like assume that he made it to the end and they survived, bro. I'd rather just assume.
All right. Well, you're the guest, so we won't spoil that for you.
I almost got you demonetized. Let me not say that.
I say it. I challenge you to get me demonetized with a sentence.
Hey, all right, chat. Should I say it? I'm gonna let the chat decide if I should.
I'm gonna say yes. It's my channel. You know, I go on people's channels and I try to not curse, and then I do, and then part of it is just like when you lead the bull into a China closet, or what is it? China
shop.
China shop. Don't be surprised when he does exactly what you think he's gonna do. Like when you invite Jacob onto your channel, don't be surprised if I say fucking shit or ass tits or. You know, when you're going to war, some people like to cover their tits in battle. I'm more of a tits out kind of guy.
Yeah, you might.
Some people don't like that.
Tuber already, fam. Hey,
do it, Elijah. There you go.
Man, I was basically gonna say I don't want my coon brother to die, fam. You know that.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing? Is there a colour thing about that? Is there underbelly colour thing that keeps you going?
Hey, you know what it is, bro? It's just, bro, Twitch is so like you didn't get banned for anything on Twitch. So like I never know what the guidelines are on YouTube. So I'm automatically the guy who always tries to think of a joke. And sometimes
Oh yeah, actually what I should have hit you with when you said that.
Well. Do you have an Uncle Ruckus tuba? You need to get a clip of an Uncle Ruckus tuba.
Uncle Ruckus tuba? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, play that.
Are you speaking English?
Yeah, Uncle Ruckus tuba. The chat knows what I'm talking about. The chat knows. I know
Uncle
the chat
Ruckus
knows, man.
tuba. Is it the?
Yeah. Click that and play it. It's from a show. Yeah, the chat knows. The chat knows. Do you know what the Boondocks is?
Yeah, I know the Boondocks. My favorite episode is that
Ruckus.
Usher one.
Yeah, that's the Uncle Ruckus tuba. You don't remember it? There's no way you watch the Boondocks and you don't remember the tuba. There's no way,
Bro. I can't lie. Last time I saw anything Boondocks that wasn't just like a random clip, it's got to be more than 12, 15 years ago.
Fair, but that's one of the most iconic. But that's fair enough, though. Hey, just on your spare
There's a
time
bunch of
after the
how to
stream-
play Uncle Ruckus. Here
Hey,
we go.
after the stream, just I don't know. This might actually get you copyright. I don't know. Actually,
Yeah,
let's-
it probably
no.
would. Oh shit! My wife just
It might
texted me.
end
Yeah, I need to. We need to finish talking about what we were talking about so I can end the show. Let's see what else he said.
Only for the club or for every manager that stay here. And I have seen the manager that Tottenham had on the bench. You risk to disrupt the figure of the manager and to protect the other situation in every moment.
Every moment.
It's been an incredible journey.
This is a triggering interview, bro. When this, with their big ass leather chairs, Oxford United, that's right. We're sitting here with Daniel
Too many
Levy.
bald
Levy's
heads
like,
on the screen, man.
yes,
I don't know, man.
smashing. I do believe this was a
Like,
smashing
Jacob, you gotta go in the
presentation.
middle. I don't like two bald heads next to each other because the glare like hurts my glasses. So I need you to stand like right in the middle so we can have like a nice ratio.
Big leather chairs. How many forks does one man need for dinner? Princess Diaries.
In the 22 years, Tottenham has progressed enormously in that time period. Not as much as a fan we would hope. And it is about winning.
Don't say we.
Winning, depending on the moment in time you ask that question to various people, means different things.
Everything we do is to maximise the income to invest in the team. You know, I want to win just as much as everybody else. We are about providing the resources for our teams to win. And we don't make any apologies that we are trying to increase our revenue base.
No
so
apologies.
We can invest more in our teams.
But you don't invest though. That's really the problem though.
He's not going to apologize though.
I just don't like how he said we as Tottenham fans. Like, you know, someone really tried to argue that Daniel Levy's a Tottenham fan because it says on his Wikipedia.
But there's a clip of him saying when him and his dad took him to Villa or something like that, or some other.
Bro, Wikipedia. I was taught in primary.
Bro,
school.
I could say SpongeBob's the president on Wikipedia. It doesn't mean it's true.
I was taught in primary school. The only thing you use Wikipedia for is the pictures. That's it. Don't ever credit it as a credible source. I learned that when I was like 6, 7 years old.
I do like some of the like chronological stuff. Like there's like some evidence on there that's like true, but like 9 times out of 10, if something is a viral topic, there's already been an edit on Wikipedia to it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm just like, nah. They never credited it, even in primary school. There's never a time where Wikipedia has ever been used as an actual source of information. People will laugh you out the building. As a kid, they will laugh the kids out the building. It dealt a lot of bad ill will to people's morale as a kid, but they learned not to use Wikipedia. They learned that for free.
Well, you know, when I was in high school, Cliff Notes or Spark Notes, they were like just starting out, so I didn't have to read many books.
Fairs. Fair enough, man.
You know.
I like reading. I ain't gonna lie. I was one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed reading. So.
Oh, you're one of those.
Every single one of you knows my ass isn't hairy. Yet none of you spoke up. I will never forgive you.
Your face.
Hey, fucking yo.
I needed a palate cleanser because it was well, actually there was a little bit left of the video.
Do we even want to watch
the attitude has been the football comes first.
Okay. I don't know if that's the attitude that it's been. But look, my wife told me, actually, she reminded me, I was like, yeah, don't worry, I'll be done by midnight UK, by 5 p.m. my time, I'll be done because I got to go to work later and she needs a break and like she's got shit to do. And I'm already late on that. But Elijah, man, this has been a really good stream. I've had a lot of fun. We've talked about a lot of different stuff. And I'm trying to just real quick skim through. I think I talked about all the tweets. We didn't talk enough about the Kulusevski stuff and some of the stuff that Poch said. But there is this video. Oh shit! You can probably hear it, but you can't see it.
Yeah, can't see it, unfortunately.
This might get me demonetized as well.
And let me tell you, I've been taken up to the third heaven. I've been jacked into the big plan. I've seen it.
This is what I'm starting to feel like more and more when I prop Ange.
I've seen it. I can't even compute all of it. It's so fantastical.
So fantastical. Anyway, it is very fantastical. Elijah, having you here is very fantastical. Do you have anything coming up you want to let the people know about?
My documentary, man. I've been working on it.
Hey,
night, day. sleepless night. Yesterday I stayed up till 6 in the morning just editing. That's right, I spent 6 hours plus just editing, and I've barely just got the intro done. So yeah,
Damn.
it's gonna be something very good. Shameless promo. I've got my man's Jacob on there, so make sure I've kind of got him behind the scene. I kind of stole him from you guys just for like an hour so I could rinse him of his thoughts on the club. So if you guys like your
Sorry.
If you guys like United Spurs of America, be ready for that. It's basically a documentary on basically Ange's time at the club, how the YouTube fan base is very much divided. A lot of sneak dissing been going on, and people apparently don't like to talk about the sneak dissing that's been going on. But I'm gonna talk about it because I am myself. I am my own entity. I have no ties to anyone. So I'm gonna talk about it because I want to, and it generates amazing content. So make sure you guys stick around for that.
I'm very much looking forward to it. And I already told you that I will be doing a reaction video to said documentary. So stay tuned for that. Look, there's still about 170 of y'all here. Hopefully we're more likes than were the last time I looked at it. But I don't like to look at it anymore because y'all make the viewing a lot like the viewing of likes like watching Tottenham at 5:30 in the morning. Not good, not fun. But thank you so much, Elijah. Make sure you subscribe to both of his channels, Too Much of E and Elijah. It's just Elijah, right?
Elijah Saucy, just my name.
Yeah, but Too Much of E is the Spurs one. So if you just want the Spurs stuff, that's the one to subscribe to. But big up to everyone who's tuned in. Big up Shoshi. Big up to the sponsors of today, Sean Hurl, Drew Law, and David Shear. Good to have him back in the house. It's crazy. 2 days ago, I was thinking about him, and I do not mean that in the Diddy way. But look, we'll leave it there. Leave me a comment down below if you're watching this back on playback. Let me know your opinion on any of the things that we talked about, especially Titanic. I'm really waiting to see what y'all have to say about that. But until next time, well, I'm going to try and go live tomorrow after the game at some point, and that'll be fun. Or not. It'll be misery fest. We'll find out. So stay tuned. As always, folks, stay blessed, stay fresh, up the lads. Be kind to yourself and be kind to someone else today. And come on, you Spurs.
United Spurs of America with your hosts, Michael and Jacob.